Hi, it's Tim Unkert here, and welcome to part 2 of building this web design landing page. So this is what we have so far, and this is what we are building. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so we're going to move on in the second video to this part, which with a picture of the HTML and the CSS, and then this part with the WordPress, and I think I'll save the form and the footer for the third and final part of this short tutorial. Let's see. So the one thing you may hear in the background is the generator going. The power was just knocked out based off of the weather. So my power is running on a generator right now. So just if you hear that, I apologize, but that's the way it goes. We had some pretty strong weather just come through. Okay, so let's bring up our code editor, and we'll start with this next section. And I'm just going to make a comment here that we are ending the hero section. Okay, and then we'll move down here, and we are going to begin a section which is I'm going to call what you need, section 1. Okay. That's the best thing I could come up with it. So anyways, we're going to have a div with an ID of what you need, 1, class with a background, a light background, so VG-light. We're going to have padding on top of 5. So Bootstrap has classes, padding top, padding bottom. So it's PT- some number. I think 5 is the larger padding one, and then PB-5 for the bottom padding. So I just want, so what that's going to give me is just basically this little bit of space here and then here. Okay. All right. So let's go back here, and then under that div, we're going to have another div with a class of container. And then within there, we're going to have a div with a class of row, because we want to use the rows and columns again. And this time, I'm going to have the left div it's going to take up, on the larger screens, it's going to take up 4 columns. So I'm going to do column-LG-4. Okay. And we're going to have another third level heading with a class of text with the secondary color, and that we defined in the SASS. And then text is also going to be uppercase to give that little bit of a bolder, kind of more authority to, I don't know, I'm just making that up. I just wanted uppercase. I think it looks cool. Okay, so let me go over here, get the right indentation. And we're just going to put, maybe you need something simple. Question mark. Close out the heading 3, and then we'll have a paragraph with a class. I'm going to do that text sizing, so FS3. FS1 is the largest. Text secondary, so that's a secondary color. And then font weight bold. And I actually might do a text primary. Let me see how this looks. And I'm going to say, why build something complicated? Close out that paragraph. We close this out. Just see where we're at right now. Closing out the div, closing out the row div, closing out the container div, and closing out the what you need div. Okay. And I'm just going to take a look. Refresh. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. Let me compare it to the other site. Yep, that's what I want. Why build something complicated? So we're going to continue with that. I wasn't sure if I wanted the secondary primary, but I want the secondary. Okay. All right. And then after that, we're going to have another paragraph. This time, the font size is going to be 5, so it's going to be a smaller font. Again, we're going to do text secondary and font weight bold. Okay, and we'll say if you need something simple with only your email and phone number, why build something more complex? So that's what I'm typing there. Be nice if I could spell. Close out that paragraph. Okay, and then after that, we're just going to have a paragraph. We're not going to specify font size, so it's going to be just the base paragraph font. Text, secondary, font weight, bold. And we're going to say here that you don't need WordPress. You don't need TypeScript. You don't need Node.js. We'll only give you what you need. So this first part is for people who want a simple website. We'll only give you what you need. Isn't that nice of us? Okay, we're going to close out that paragraph. All right. And okay, so now let's take a look. Refresh. Okay, so we've got our text. Okay, so now we need our photo. So let's go to undraw.co. We're going to browse. It's down here. And I'm going to search for just HTML. And I see that photo came up right there. So we're going to download this. Let's show it in the folder. Okay, we're going to rename this just, I think static website is easier. .svg. You know what? I'll just copy it and then rename it because I already downloaded these files this afternoon when I was making my notes. Okay, so we're going to paste it into images and then we'll change the name. Okay, so we're going to rename, and I'm just renaming it just to make it a little easier to remember. So static website.svg. Okay, let's close that out. And all right, so after this div, we're going to have another div. Here we are. Okay, we're going to have another div with a class. This time we're going to do 8 columns, so col-lg-8. And we're going to have a padding on the top of 5. That's just going to move down the image a little bit. And then we're going to have an image. And the image class, again, is going to be mx-auto, d-block, w-75. Our source is going to be in our images folder under static _website.svg. Alt text is going to be something like static websites. Okay, you can put in whatever you want for the alt text, just something descriptive for the screen readers, and then we'll close out the div. Okay, and let's save. And now go back to our project, refresh, and we see we have the nice HTML and CSS come on up. Okay, so we're done with that section. Now we're going to move on to this section. Maybe you need something more complex. Okay, so let's go down here, and we'll make a note that we've ended the what you need section 1. Okay. And then we're going to begin the what you need section 2 part. Yeah, I'm not very creative with my naming here, but whatever. All right, so we're going to have a div with an ID of what you need to. Class, let's see, for that one, I'm using background with the secondary color, so bg-secondary, and then the padding classes, so pt-5 and pb-5. And within that, we're going to have a div with a class of container. And then within that, remember we want to have our rows, so we're going to have a div with a class of row. And then within that, we're going to go with the 4 columns again. So we're going to have a div with a class of column-lg-4. Okay, and then we're going to have an h3 with a class of text that's light colored and text that is uppercase. And we're going to say something like, maybe you need something more complex, question mark. Close our heading. We're going to have a paragraph with a class of font size 5, so that's fairly small. Text-light, text-uppercase, font weight bold, and we'll say something like, need a blog, advanced functionality, question mark. Close out that paragraph. And below that, we'll have a paragraph with a class, we'll have the smallest font size outside of the normal. So FS-6, text-light, and then font weight bold. Okay, this one's not uppercase. Okay, so we'll have, say something, WordPress, period. Yeah, incomplete sentences is what we want. Node.js, period. React, period. Angular, period. Vue, period. Svelte, period. We've got you covered. We might actually try a complete sentence now. We've got you covered. You covered. What did I say here? Let's see. What shenanigans did I say? Whatever you need. We've got you covered, whatever you need. Okay, close out that paragraph, and then close out that div. Okay, and then we'll close out the row div, close out the container div, and close out the what you need div. And we'll save it and just see where we're at. Okay, so we'll refresh. Now we've got this next section showing up, and we need our image. So let's go back to Undraw, and I'm going to search this time for WordPress. And we got this photo. I'm going to download it. All right, so we'll get it downloaded to our main folder. We're going to, let me copy it, bring it over to the projects, go to the images folder, we'll paste it in there and then rename it. Just something easy so I can remember, just WordPress.svg. Okay, so now we have that in there. Bring it back up our code editor. Go back up to here, and we're going to have a div with a class column-lg-8. Okay, remember we're on that 12 column system. Image with a class of mx auto d-block. We got some thunder rolling in again. W-75, so width of 75. Source, we're going to be in the images folder, and we're looking for the WordPress.svg. Alt text, come up with something. I just typed WordPress, and I believe that's it. We need to close this div and then save and refresh our page. And so now we've got that WordPress picture there. Just move that up so you can see it. So we've not got that section. We've got the 2 middle sections done. Next video, we're going to finish the contact form and the footer. So stay tuned for that. And remember, if you like this video, please smash the like button and subscribe, as it really helps the channel grow. Also, hit the bell for notifications, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.